So my efforts to replace the water lines up to the upstairs bathroom require that first I replace the water supply for the toilet. So what I'm doing is I'm measuring over from the wall, and that was 9 inches, and measuring up from the floor, and that was 7 inches. So what I need to do is record those dimensions, go to the adjacent room, open up the wall so I can access the pipe and see how it's connected. Okay, I got an access hole cut to assess the situation. So see this, the water supply comes in, does a 90, does another 90 in front of the vent stack. And yeah, this is going to be a tough one, because what I have to do is follow where that horizontal piece goes, which is right against the wall. It's going to go behind the stack and then see where it comes down. And what I gotta do is I gotta cut it and cap it. And there just isn't room in here to do that right now. So I'm gonna cut a little more out, see what I got dealing with to the left of this stack, and go from there. Okay, cut that hole a little bit bigger so you can see how that line comes out of the wall, down and across, and then down again. But cutting this line is going to be a pain in the butt. Okay, I got this vacuumed out so I can see what I'm doing here a little bit better. There's 2 nail heads there, so that's a 2x4 right underneath it. So if I can drill a hole in front of that 2x4, kind of in the center here, I should miss this vent stack and put myself in a good spot to line back up here to hit that. So I got to try and drill a hole to the, even with where that copper pipe is now, and then kind of in the middle of the beam, and miss this flange. I don't know if I got room in there to do that or not. I might have to do it from this end, but I don't know what kind of wires are down there. Okay, that's what I'm going to use. And I got plenty of length to reach my spot. Good thing I got a cordless drill. So here's the implement of destruction. It's all its glory. Alright, let's put it to work. I think that's doing it. Okay, let's have a look in there and see if I came up where I want it. Ooh, that was so close to that other pipe. Good thing I didn't hit it, or I would have freaking blew it out. So that might be a little too close as far as trying to get the 90 to turn into this. So I think I'm going to drill another hole further back, just so I have options on my placement. I have to add, I was really lucky that I did not hit that water line. But no biggie, I would have just turned the water off if that was the case. So, alright, so I want to drill another hole a little bit further back, so that way when I run the PEX line up and I use my elbow, I got room to maneuver it. So it looks like I could drill a couple of holes to give myself plenty of options. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So it's going to come up in front of the hole I already got. So here we go. Okay, so what I did, I maximized my options as far as where I can put that pipe. So I can either put it way back here, right in the middle, and right close to where the other pipe is. I think I'm going to go for the middle one because that gives us the maximum clearance from either wall, so any fasteners that go in there wouldn't get puncture the pipe. So now I want to take the diamond drill, the diamond hole saw rather, and drill a hole right pretty close to where that hole is there. Okay, I got another hole adjacent to that one. I should be able to fit the PEX pipe through here, no problem. And we'll go from there. Okay, so I was able to get the second hole drilled in and pretty close to where I want it. So now I'm going to put the bend in the pipe and see if everything lines up the way I want it to. Okay, I was able to fish that in there and put one of these bends in it, so it has no joint from coming up through the top plate to the wall. I didn't want to put a elbow in there with two fittings because that could be a potential leak spot. So this way here, there's no way it can leak from this spot here. So it's going to be contiguous from the stop valve that goes to the toilet all the way down to the cellar. So there will be no joints from top to bottom. So here's where it comes out, directly adjacent to the existing pipe. So I'm going to get this secured through the wall down into the cellar, and then I can make the connections. So we're right up here is where it goes through the floor and the bottom plate of the bedroom wall. Comes down here, it's insulated, and then it cuts in between the two pipes. It goes on the other side and follow it all the way down. There's another cushion down that end. So we're all set with this. Okay, the new stop valve is put in. So when I'm ready to connect, I'll just disconnect that nut right there and switch it over to that. And we'll be all set. So now I gotta make the connection down in the cellar. Okay, so let me see if I can capture what I did here. Okay, so here is where the cold water supply line to the toilet comes down through the wall into the cellar. Make a 90-degree turn in this direction, then another 90-degree turn this way, so that it's up against the joist. So I'm going to reposition here. So there's that second 90 degree. So then it comes in this direction to this valve here. So this is the on-off valve, called a quarter turn valve, that supplies the water to the upstairs toilet. The one above it is the on and off valve for the water supply to the downstairs toilet. They both come together and they tee into the main line, which is right here. So We're all set here with this. Now I just have to disconnect the original line and reconnect at the stop valve to the new line. So I ran a dedicated cold water supply up to the toilet, and I ran it along this stack here. We have the two heating pipes. This is the heat feed and heat return, and the third one is the cold water supply. So I got them all insulated. So the ones that take off here in this elbow, these are the heating pipes, and the one that goes straight up, that's the cold water supply for the toilet. So there's a cushion clamp up there, and I went up through the floor and through the wall to the toilet. This area here is where I had a real challenge to get the cold water pipes out because everything was right up against the beam. So I had to cut everything with a hacksaw bit by bit to get it out of there, because that's where I needed to run the PEX pipe. So that blue PEX pipe is connected down through here at this junction. This is where I had left off last time I worked on these, and from here up was copper, similar to what I have here. So I got rid of the copper, ran PEX all the way up around the drain for the bathtub, across the bottom of the floor, took a 90, went through this blocking along the floor and above this other drain pipe, and I used the shark bite connector to merge the PEX pipe to the original copper pipe, and this goes up to the shower. This is the cold water supply line for the shower. So what I want to do next, and I ran out of steam, so I'll do this tomorrow, give this the same treatment, take the shark bite out, take the copper out, and run PEX. Up here, I'll show you the routing. This one's a little bit different. This one comes up through here. See all the burn marks for when they soldered it originally? And it goes up to the floor, up and over this pipe here. And let's see if I can see it. Yeah, I can peek right through here. And maybe even get it right through here. Here we go. So this is the hot water line that goes up to the shower. So this one's going to be a pain also because it's right up against the beam. You can see the burn marks from when this was originally soldered. So I want to get the hot water pipe at least to this point, and then I can contemplate replacing these pipes all the way up to the shower valve. So that's my plan for tomorrow. I'm out of steam for right now. I just got to take a break. Been at this all day. So let me show you the pipes I had to cut out in order to do all this. So these are all the pipes that I had to cut. So this was a real pain. You can see I was actually cutting through fittings, not just the pipes. That was a little extra thickness to cut through. But all these had to be cut with a hacksaw. I got pretty close and just bent them back and forth till they snapped. So this took a couple of hours to get this all apart because these were right up against the beam. I had no way to put my tube cutter or a sawzall. I had to use a small hacksaw blade on a handle and just go very easy and be careful not to damage anything adjacent to the area. This is the old stop valve that came out of the wall in the bathroom. And I put a brand new one in there upstairs, so we got a brand new ball valve up there. So I'm going to call it a break, go take a shower and relax.